going to take for us to make the right decisions, and the laws will change, and probably our capacity to do other things during games will change as well. It would have to adapt for sure.
And just obviously you've told us you've got a couple of players out injured now. With the signings that you've made in the last couple of windows, do you feel like the squad is you're better equipped to cope with losing?
I think so. We are better equipped. I think we have more quality, and we have players that fit what we need and our way of playing.
And just finally for me, obviously it's a chance presumably for Eddie Nketiah now with Gabriel Jesus being out. There were perhaps doubts about whether he could step into that role last year, but he performed well. He's made his England debut since. Do you feel he's sort of evolved in the last sort of 6-12 months to become that striker you need?
And when you see where he's coming from and what he's done in the last 3 or 4 years, a club like Arsenal, to players and I, he's made some huge strides, and it's merit to him and his mentality.
Hi Mikel. I just want to ask about Tomiyasu. It's going to be, if he plays his 50th Premier League game for Arsenal this weekend. He said over the summer that he was struggling a bit with confidence after quite a difficult season last season, but seems to be getting back into a good run of form at the moment. Have you noticed a change in him recently?
Yeah, he was terrific in Sheffield. I think he played a really, really good game when he came on against Chelsea as well. It's a player that I think everybody loves in there. He's always the first, he's always the last. You tell him to do something and he will give his life for it. It's an exceptional professional player, and he gives a versatility and qualities that nobody else has in the squad. So for me, it's a really, really important player.
You mentioned that versatility there, obviously. Talk about injuries and the need for more players. How useful is it to have someone who can play more or less any position on the pitch?
Well, we had 6 or 7 players in our last line, and that's not enough, So then that means that you need to have versatile players to occupy different positions when it needs to, that actually are comfortable. And that's something tricky, because you start to train a player every single day in a different position, but then you demand him to play in a specific role. That's challenging, and sometimes it's difficult because he doesn't have the relationship, and physically the demands are difficult, but Tony adapts to it in a really natural way, so it's so good to have him.
Mikel, just on the squad size, are you worried if it's not increased, the quality of the league will be damaged, because managers will say, I can't play this high intensity, high pressure football because I've got to look after the players, so will it damage the actual product?
Well, there are a few reasons. We were obviously trying not to do that, but I think it would depend as well the kind of profiles that you have in the squad. How many minutes they can absorb, are they used to it, and there are injuries that we cannot control. And I think we have to focus much more on the quality than the quantity. And for me, that's the starting point.
And just on that, obviously Eddie, an opportunity to play up front, but is Kai someone as well you consider for that sort of position? Obviously his versatility and gives you another option as a number 9.
Yeah, we have different profiles, and Kai, the minutes that he's played there, I think has been really, really good. So it's good, and I think it's difficult for the opponent as well to figure out who will play, and I think that's a positive for us.
Thank you. We'll move to the 10:30 tonight section, Sam.
Okay.